All right, so we're going to start off our notes with a few what's my number examples, okay? So this is going to get our brain into opposite mode, so here we go. All right, so example 1 says, don't answer out loud, please. If you multiply my number by 4, you get 28. So I want you to talk about really quick in your groups, what is the number and how did you get it? Go ahead. Okay, what'd you guys come up with? 7. Okay, how did you get 7? Somebody tell me that. That's probably the more important question. Okay, Chad?
When it said my number, you multiply my number by 4 is 28, 28 divided by 4.
Okay, so you did 28 divided by 4 to get 7. Okay, how about one that's a little tougher? Example 2, if you multiply my number by 3 and increase that value by 5, you get 20. So now talk again in your groups about what is my number and how did you get it. Go ahead. Okay, class, what did we come up with this time? Don't everybody answer at once. Oh, darn it. What's it start with?
S.
Sarah?
Sydney.
All right, Sydney. What'd you get?
I got
5. And how did you come up? Guys, please. Shh. 5. How did you come up with 5?
Because I knew that 3 times 5 was 15, and if you add 5, it's 15, you get 20.
Okay, 3 times 5. So you kind of worked through it in your head. Did you guess and check 5 first and figured it out? Okay. All right, so you could plug it, just guess 5 and plug it in and go that way. Did anybody find 5 a different way? Okay, you are Sarah, right? Okay.
I just did it like backwards, like I did 20 minus 5 and divided by 3.
Okay, so you did 20 minus 5 and got 15, and then you divided that by 3 to get 5. Okay, so thinking about this idea of doing the opposite thing that it tells me to, right? That's kind of the method that we're using right now to go from a written statement back to our number that we need to find. It's using kind of some opposites here. So example 3, it gets even harder. It says if you multiply my number by 7, subtract 9, and add twice the number to that value, you get 90. So this one's a little tougher. So I want you guys to talk in your groups. See if you can come up with what the number is and try to explain to your partners how you got the value. So go ahead. Okay, what did you guys come up with as an answer? What did you guys come up with? Yes, sir. 8 is incorrect.
5.1.
5.1 is incorrect.
7.7.
7.7 is incorrect.
Oh, 11.
11
Yeah.
is right.
Yeah, that's right. Good job.
Nice. How'd you get 11?
I just guessed.
You just guessed and checked. Okay, well that was a pretty darn good guess. Anybody else have a different? Did anybody else come up with 11?
I had 11 after you said it.
Oh, okay. After you said it. Okay, so he got really lucky and guessed 11, but we need a different method that would be a surefire way every time. Okay, what if we took these simple statements and made equations out of them? Okay, what if I took a simple statement like you multiply my number? My number is always going to be my variable. So what would my number, you multiply my number by 4 mean algebraically? No, you multiply my number by 4. That would be 4x, right? So I would have 4x. You get, what does that mean in math? You get?
Oh, never mind.
Equals 28. How would I solve that equation? I divide by 4 just like what we said originally to solve. Okay, I want you guys to take that knowledge and now I want you to try to write an equation for 2 and 3. So try to write an equation for example 2 and example 3 and then you solve your equation on example 3 to find 11, to try to find 11. Okay, so for 2, we start reading through and it says, you multiply my number by 3, so that's 3x. Increase that value by 5. What does increase mean in math? Add. So plus 5 you get equals 20. So to solve that equation, we would do just what we did to the side, subtract 5, divide by 3. Okay? What about 3? That's a little harder. So you multiply my number by 7, so that's 7x. Subtract 9, so minus 9. And add twice the number. So 2x, so plus 2 more x's. You get 90. Okay, so let's start solving more complex equations. I know you guys have solved 1 and 2 step equations before. You may have even seen some multi-step equations in the past. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty, okay? My strategy is always put a line down your equal sign. You always need to know where that is at all times. Before we start solving, I want to make sure that both sides of my equal sign are simplified as much as they possibly can be. So currently on example 3, do we have both sides of the equal sign simplified? No. Which side is not simplified? The left-hand side. What can I do on the left-hand side? Combine like terms, right? So I always want to make sure both of my sides of the equal sign are simplified first. So let's combine like terms on the left. So 7x and 2x makes what? 9x, right? So I have 9x minus 9. Sorry, it's kind of running into the words. Equals, sorry. Always put your equal sign on the line. And then we can solve. So now, all you need to remember about solving equations. Simplify both sides, opposite operation. So anytime you go across the equal sign to the opposite side of the equal sign, you have to do opposite operations. If you stay on the same side, you're just simplifying. So same side, simplify, opposite sides, opposite operations. That's what you need to remember.
What does it say when it's the word thing?
9x minus 9 equals 90. Here, I'll just rewrite it. 9x minus 9 equals 90. Okay, so same side, simplify. Guys, listen, please. That's the one statement you need to remember. Same side, simplify. Opposite sides, opposite operation. So now that both sides are simplified, now I can solve. Now I'm going opposite side of the equal sign. So how do I get rid of a minus 9? Opposite operation would be plus 9.
You subtract it.
No, it's already subtracting, so I need to add it. Opposite operation there, okay? So I'm left with 9x equals 90 plus 9 is 99. What is 9x? What operation is that? That's multiply, right? That's 9 times x. So I need to divide by 9 on both sides to get x equals 11. Okay? All right, so let's look at just some pure math examples here. Here we go. All right. So I always want to start with what? Nope. Identify your equal sign, right? I always want to identify the equal sign. Put a line down it. Okay, now that I know side to side where I'm at, I need to make sure our same side simplify. So does either side need simplified? Come on, guys, wake up. Left side does, right? 3x and 2x makes 5x. My plus 90 stays put. Equal sign goes on the line. 360 on the other side. Now both sides are simplified. Now I can solve. Okay, opposite side, opposite operation. So since I'm taking 90 to the other side of the equal sign, I need an opposite operation. It is currently plus 90, so I need to do what? Subtract it, minus 90. Okay, so I have 5x equals 360 minus 90 is 250, sorry. Went the wrong way there. Is that right? No, it'd be 270, right? I was all messed up. I was adding. And then I divide by 5 since 5x is just like 5 times x. And I end up with x equals, don't tell me, 20, 40,
I'll tell you.
no, 20, 40, 54?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to skip 2 because that's pretty much the same exact example. Okay, 3. Three's a little tougher. So now I have parentheses present. So if I see parentheses, what do I do with them, Max?
You take the 2, you do 2 times y, which is 2y, then you do 2 times 1, which is 2. So it's 2y plus 2, I think.
Good. So I distribute the 2 into the parentheses. Anytime I see, it's okay. Hey, long explanations are fine.
Okay.
So I'm used to listening to my wife, and she has very long explanations for everything, so it's fine. Okay, so I distribute 2 into my parentheses. I really shouldn't have said that. It's her birthday today, so I shouldn't be mean to her on her birthday.
Happy anniversary.
She'll never. It's not. Okay, let's just keep going. All right, so I distribute 2 into the parentheses to get 2y plus 2 minus 3. So the minus 3 stays, equal sign stays on the line, negative 7 stays. So same side, simplify. Anything need simplified? Yes.
You do
2 minus 3. I see numbers on the left, so I'm going to combine those. 2 minus 3. So 2y hangs out front. 2 minus 3 is a negative 1. Negative 7 stays there.
Yeah, you add.
Now I'm done simplifying, right? I've simplified both sides. Now I need to solve. So I'm going opposite sides of this to equal sign. So I use, opposite operations. Okay, so I need to get rid of my negative 1 by adding 1 to both sides. 2y equals negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6. 2y is like 2 times y, so I divide. And I get y equals negative 3.
Good job.
Thank you. I've practiced a couple times. Okay, we ready for the big scary fraction problem?
Yeah. No, I'm completely ready.
All right, here we go. All right, so I promise you fractions are not that bad. All we're going to do every time we approach a fraction, do you guys like working with fractions?
No.
Yeah, me neither. So we're going to get rid of them. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So we have to get rid of the parentheses first because that makes it a little more complicated. Because we got to get rid of parentheses and then we'll get rid of fractions. Okay, and that is all part of simplifying each side, right? So same side simplify. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and put our line down the equal sign. I need to get rid of parentheses, so I need to distribute. Everybody put your pens down for a second. Look up at my screen. Okay. So multiplying a whole number times a fraction does not have to be near as hard as people make it out to be. Okay. The whole number, where is it in a fraction? Always. On top, right? So if I'm thinking in terms of fractions, the whole number is always on top because it's like 3 over 1. So this is on top. So all you have to remember is multiply the tops, divide by the bottom. Okay? So multiply the tops. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 divided by 2 doesn't come out nicely. So I'm going to leave it 3 over 2w. All right, you can pick your pens back up now. We'll do it again. I'll make you stop. We'll do it again. 3 times negative 4 is then minus 12. I have my plus 8 that's hanging out there too, equals 8. Okay? Alrighty. Now, how do we clear a fraction? Well, let's think about this. What do I need to get rid of? And don't say the fraction. Be specific. What do I need to get rid of?
3 over 2.
I don't need to get rid of 3 over 2. What'd you say? The denominator. I need to get rid of the 2 on bottom. How do I get rid of a 2 on bottom? No, I don't want to flip it. That's if I was dividing fractions. How would I get rid of a 2 on bottom? Ethan, right? Okay. I don't want to multiply it into the 8, but you're really close. If I have a 2 on bottom, all I have to do is put a 2 on top. Because a 2 on top, 2 on bottom will cancel. So I'm going to multiply by 2. But remember, in an equation, anything you do to one piece, you have to do to all the pieces. So I need to multiply by the negative 12 by 2 and the 8 by 2. Also, the 8 on the other side, don't forget about that one. So I need to multiply that one by 2 also. Okay, this should now give me my new equation without fractions. If at this point you do this and you still have fractions, you've done something wrong. Okay, so 2 times 8 is 16. All right, put your pens down one more time. Watch me. Okay, look up on my screen. Multiply the tops. I do this because every year I teach kids how to do this, and then they get to their homework and they have no clue what's going on. So watch. Multiply the top. So 2 times 3 is what? 6. Divide by the bottom. So it's 6 divided by 2. 3W. Okay? All right, go and pick it back up.
How'd you get times 2?
Because that's the denominator with 3 halves, so I'm multiplying by it to get rid of it. Okay, negative 12 times 2 is negative 24 minus 24. 2 times 8 is plus 16. Okay, now that I've simplified to a certain extent, I need to keep simplifying. I need to simplify the right-hand side. I have like terms. Okay, so I have like terms of negative 24 and 16. So I have 16 equals 3W. Negative 24 and positive 16 make negative 8. Now I've simplified the same sides. Now I need to go opposite sides of the equal sign, opposite operations. So opposite operation of minus 8 would be plus 8. To get 24 equals 3W. Divide by 3. And W equals 8. Okay, you have 4 try these problems to practice while I'm passing out your homework, okay? Actually,
Can we do it on here if you want to?
yeah. I want you to do no. I want you to do 2 and 3. So don't do 1 and don't do 4. I want you to do 2 and 3 while I'm passing out your homework, okay? Go ahead.